A lot to navigate when it comes to this case, and the release isn't necessarily guaranteed.
Legal analyst Royal Oakes is in studio with us now. Royal, thank you so much for being here. We have so many questions. This is the day, right, that the Menendez brothers have been waiting for. Let's talk about what specific things will the parole board be considering?
They're looking at risk of violence if they're let out. They're looking at evidence of rehabilitation, and they're looking at remorse. Are they truly sorry? Do they understand what they did and how bad it was? So it's going to be about a 2 to 3 hour hearing this morning for Eric, tomorrow for Lyle. And during that time, there will be questioning for about an hour and a half of Eric. Then the district attorney will make a brief presentation about why they should stay in prison. The victims' families, probably the family members, will say, let them out. And then the defense lawyers will talk, and then the Board of Parole folks deliberate.
How important is it how they spent their years in prison in terms of the consideration?
Well, it's a huge thing. I mean, if you have kept your nose clean, if you've done good things behind bars, it suggests that you'll be a good person outside as well. But here's the catch. They have been labeled by the Board of Parole Commissioners as being a moderate risk of violence if they're let out. You could be high, low, and moderate. If you're a high risk, under 1% of people are sprung and get parole. If you are low risk, then 2/3 of people are let out. But they're moderate, and only 1 out of every 5 people labeled moderate get parole. So you could bet that they won't get out, but we have no idea because this case is unique.
Now, they have 2 separate hearings, one today, one tomorrow. Is there a chance that one could be paroled and not the other?
Virtually no chance. I mean, one could make an argument that, well, Lyle was the older brother. He concocted the plan. He persuaded his younger brother, who looked up to him all of his young life. I don't think that's going to happen. They got the same lawyers. They're on the same page. So it would be hugely shocking if one got sprung and the other kept in prison.
So let's say the board says, all right, we're going to grant you parole. How long would it take before they could actually get out?
Well, the law says that there are 120 days that can go by where the Board of Parole and its lawyers will take a look at today's decision. And once they say, let's say in a month or so, okay, they're out, then Governor Newsom has 30 days to say, okay, yeah, I'll let them out because I get the final say. I'm the governor, or he could say not on my watch, as governors have said, Sirhan, they don't get out, Manson family members. So we have no idea how Newsom might react to this.
Okay, this is a totally unfair question. If you were a betting man and not just our legal expert, what would you say is going to happen today?
You know, you'd have to bet that the chances are, aside from the unique factors, that they wouldn't get out. And here's why. Only 1 out of 5 people with moderate risk assessments are released, and of those, or are given parole, and out of those, only 1 out of 5 of them are actually released by this governor. But this is different. I mean, they've served 35 years. There's a huge body of evidence that there was molestation here, and that's one of the factors under the law. If you had childhood trauma, these men are the poster people for childhood trauma. Again, if you believe this mountain of evidence that they've been presenting. So as a result, I don't think you can really predict.
All right, so the hearing gets underway in just a couple of hours. Royal, thank you very much for being here, and we'll be talking with you throughout the day.